To bring Manu and Shira back with me. And Manu, there was a time when this administration, as we said, literally did push the reset button with Russia. How frustrated is this administration right now?
Very much so. I mean, that is exactly why that the president canceled this meeting with Putin. And it's not just because of Snowden. It's because of a series of disagreements. You know, you guys mentioned Syria, nuclear arms, trade. There are a whole host of issues that the administration kind of feels that the Putin and the Russians are just not listening to the White House. And there was really no reason to have a photo op type meeting and to send a message to the Russians that they aren't happy. This is sort of you know, as the president alluded to on Jay Leno a couple of days ago, that there's a feeling that some Russians have a Cold War mentality, and I think that's sort of the feeling in the White House right now.
Shira, is there any indication that some of these other calls to go beyond what the president has done in canceling the bilateral are going to gain any momentum? Things like, well, they don't even want this meeting to go on between U.S. and Russian officials tomorrow. They don't want the president to go to the G20. A few even calling for a boycott of the Olympics. Any indication at all that they're going to gain any momentum?
It's a really slippery slope for the administration to go down if they continue to cancel a lot of these meetings on the staff level as well, because that's really where a lot of the work gets done. Secretary of State John Kerry and Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel are scheduled to have meetings later this week as well with Russian officials. I mean, those lines of communications really need to be kept open if the countries have any prayer of getting back on track and opening the lines of communication once again.
Shira Toeplitz, Manu Raju, thanks to both of you. I'm going to bring you back in really quickly, Congressman. Is there anything else you think that the president should do? You're not for a boycott, I assume, of the Olympics. Are you for him not going to the G20?
No. I think he made the right decision here. We had to send a message to Russia, but at the same time, the dialogue staying open is absolutely important. There's too many things when you look at the overall big picture. Again, Afghanistan, global terrorism, the economy. There's too much commonality there. And when you really look at it, and we spoke about this with the ambassador, we have much more in common than we don't, and that's why the dialogue. And I think a lot of this is, you know, from the Cold War, there is perceptions, stigmas that we need to get past, and the only way we can do that is with an open dialogue. So I support that, and once we get past, hopefully, again, I'm hoping President Putin does the right thing, reverses his decision with the Snowden issue, and works with us a little better on Syria, that we can continue a much broader dialogue, because that's the only way we're gonna move forward.
All right, thank you once again, Congressman. Appreciate it. Well, the pictures out of California this morning are devastating.